I have no money. And I'm gonna tell you something. If it happens to me, it could happen to you.
Y'all, Wendy Williams is in some really deep trouble because she is now breaking down and revealing that she's broke and lost all her money. Wendy has been away from our screens for a very long time, but she announced that she's going to be featuring in a documentary dropping soon. But as it turns out, the streets are saying that Wendy's doing the show as a last-ditch effort to make some money after she went broke and sold all her belongings to raise some money, including her purple chair. However, there's so much more to this because the streets are saying that this could be the last time that Wendy will ever be on TV because she might be retiring for good. Y'all, there's a lot of sketchy stuff going on here because there are also allegations that the reason Wendy is broke is that her guardians have allegedly been mismanaging her money. So let's break down this drama.
The guardian has not done a good job of protecting my mom.
My life. My life.
Right now, she's weak and vulnerable, and she needs to be around people who aren't going to take advantage of that.
I have no friends.
We're finally going to be seeing Wendy Williams on our screens again because she just announced that she is going to be starring in a documentary that's going to be released in a few weeks. Fans have mixed feelings about this documentary because while it's nice to see Wendy on our screens, it doesn't seem like she is in a great place physically and mentally. I mean, she literally started off by admitting that she's broke and has no money left.
I have no money. And I'm gonna tell you something. If it happens to me, it could happen to you.
This was not promising, and it only goes to show that the rumors of Wendy not being in the best shape were true. Plus, it's not exactly surprising that she would be struggling financially considering that she hasn't worked in about 3 years. She was away from the Wendy Williams show in the last season because she had several health issues, like complications from her Graves' disease as well as COVID. The show was eventually canceled in February 2022 after she was away for the entire 14th season. It has been 2 years since then, and Wendy hasn't worked since then. Instead, she has faced a lot of very messy situations that just made it clear that she is surrounded by people who do not necessarily have her best interests at heart. For example, news about this documentary was first leaked back in April 2023, but at the time it was reported to be a reality TV show. Her brother was quick to slam her team for trying to take advantage of Wendy and force her into doing something that she shouldn't be doing. He said, "This is not a woman who is in the right frame of mind to get a show going. Why are you even here? Do you see the condition she's in? Does it look like she's ready to start a podcast, for goodness sake? It doesn't." He also spoke about how he was worried that Wendy would regret filming the show when she got better and realized that the whole world has seen her at her lowest state. I'm not gonna lie, he spoke facts when he said, whatever they do with it, they're gonna do. It's gonna be sad. I can't blame Wendy for anything. I want her to get better. She's not better. So I can't be mad at her for any of this. So it comes out, and what happens if Wendy is doing much, much better, right? Who wants these kinds of memories? He made it clear that while he wasn't against Wendy doing a show or documentary, he wanted her to get better so she could make a decision that she wouldn't regret somewhere down the line. He wasn't the only one who was concerned about her team pushing her into something that she wasn't ready for, because her son Kevin Jr. also expressed his concerns, saying, "I know there are all sorts of things happening that I know in her right mind she would never agree to do. As hard as it is seeing her being taken advantage of, I know that if I'm making sure she as a person is okay, that is the important thing." He also claimed that her team was putting money ahead of making sure that she was getting better, and he said, "What's been made more important by the people around her is that while her health may not be great, she needs to keep on earning income, and in my opinion, that should not be a priority at all. And whoever has been hired, they are taking advantage of someone who needs to get better." But after some time, she appeared to be doing quite well, and even claimed that she wanted to start dating again.
I can't wait to fall in love.
Okay.
Now, I'm serious about that. You know, it's not enough that I sit home by myself at 58 years old. I can't wait to fall in love.
Yeah.
And I don't want to get married. I want him to have already had kids. I want him to be someplace around my age, you know, maybe 10 years younger than me and maybe 15 years older than me.
However, things soon went left with her again because reports had it that she had to go to a wellness facility to get better. And when she came back, it was like she went from bad to worse because things just started to go wrong, and it was clear that she was struggling financially. She wasn't struggling, but she was broke because she started selling off her personal belongings, including her iconic purple chair. According to reports, Wendy has been calling people asking them to help her sell all her stuff. She is asking for recommendations on on places that can sell furniture for you. The insider added that in her preparation for her move, she wanted to see how she could list items in her home, which could potentially include her iconic purple chair, among other keepsakes. Now, selling off her personal belongings is one thing, but selling off her iconic chair is how y'all know that the situation is bad. However, her publicist tried to spin this, and she claimed that Wendy was doing a little bit of spring cleaning, saying Wendy is getting rid of items for spring cleaning. This is what people do this time of year. It's a new chapter for Wendy, and she wants new things. This is a common gesture people do, and Wendy is no different. It is out with old and in with the new. At the time, it was kind of confusing how Wendy could go broke after such a long and successful career. I mean, sure, she had been out of work for a hot minute, but she was making millions while the Wendy show was going on, so people were wondering, how did she blow through all that? Well, she didn't. Wendy still had the money, but her bank, Wells Fargo, had chosen to deny her access to the money, claiming that she wasn't mentally stable enough to handle her money. They wanted to put her under a conservatorship, and they even succeeded to do so, and she was appointed a guardian. But in the trailer for the documentary, her son Kevin Jr. hinted that the guardian wasn't taking care of Wendy as he should, and had left Wendy vulnerable to be taken advantage of by greedy people around her.
The guardian has not done a good job of protecting my mom.
My life. My life.
Right now, she's weak and vulnerable, and she needs to be around people who aren't going to take advantage of that.
I have no friends.
The trailer also kind of hinted that she was still struggling with her drinking.
This whole thing today?
Keep it there.
Okay.
Keep it there.
She also said to herself that she was broke and had no money left.
She was put in front of a judge and given a guardian. That was when they took her away from us.
I have no money. And I'm going to tell you something. If it happens to me, it could happen to you.
As her family, we were all sitting on the sidelines watching, and she was crying out for help.
At this point, it's clear that the reason she's doing the documentary is that she needs the money. And according to some reports, this documentary could be a one and done deal for her, because she could allegedly be quitting TV after this. So it looks like this could be a last ditch attempt for her to make some money. Well, fans had a lot to say about this, and they tweeted stuff like, I feel like the reason why these things are happening to Wendy Williams today is because it's her karma coming back to bite her in the butt for the way she treated people for so many years. Some of the things that happened to her is not right, but God bless her. Wendy Williams was hosting that talk show for years. Bro, who is the guardian? Why are we seeing Wendy in this fragile state? Something is not right. And this other person believes that Wendy is just playing games to keep her ex, Kevin Hunter, away from her money, and said Wendy Williams crying on film about being broke just to keep her remaining funds away from her ex-husband is tickling me. But do y'all think that Wendy is really broke, or is it just a ploy? Drop your thoughts in the comments, then check out this next video.